Have you ever wondered what the world would be like if a World War II never happened? This question might seem strange at first, but it's a thought experiment that lies at the heart of what we call alternate history. Alternate history is a genre of speculative fiction that explores what might have happened if key historical events unfolded differently. The Second World War is one of the most significant events of the 20th century, shaping the world as we know it today in profound ways. Imagine for a moment a world where the cataclysmic conflict of World War II never took place. A world where the political, economic, and social landscapes weren't reshaped by the immense upheaval of global war. World War II was a watershed moment in human history. It brought about massive changes on a global scale, setting the stage for the Cold War, accelerating technological advancements, and leading to huge shifts in the social and political spheres. The war also marked the end of colonial empires and the beginning of the United States and the Soviet Union as superpowers. But what if all this never happened? What if the world never witnessed the horrors of Auschwitz, the devastation of Hiroshima and Nagasaki, or the heroism displayed on the beaches of Normandy? What if we were to erase this pivotal moment from our history? How would our world look today? Our exploration of this alternate timeline will take us through the potential political landscape, technological advancements, and social changes that might have occurred or not occurred in the absence of World War II. We'll ponder on how the absence of this global conflict might have influenced the rise and fall of nations, the technological innovations we now take for granted, and the social revolutions that have shaped our modern society. So, let's delve into this alternate timeline and see how our world might have been shaped without the influence of World War II. In a world without World War II, the political landscape would be remarkably different. The ascent of superpowers like the US and the Soviet Union might have been thwarted. The World War catalyzed their political dominance, and without it, the world's division into two rival blocs might not have happened. The Cold War could be non-existent. The decolonization process might have been delayed, prolonging the existence of colonial empires like Britain and France. Without the war, the world map might look quite different today. World War II was a time of significant technological advancement, but what if this driving force was absent? The urgency of wartime often propels innovation at a rapid pace. But without World War II, would we have seen the same accelerated evolution of technology? Let's consider nuclear power. The Manhattan Project, sparked by the demands of war, led to the development of atomic energy. Without this stimulus, the development of nuclear power might have been delayed by decades. Similarly, the race to create more efficient machines for code breaking and calculations gave birth to the first computers. Alan Turing's work, driven by the necessity of war, paved the way for our digital age. Without World War II, this progress might have been stalled. And then there's the final frontier, space. The rocket technology developed during World War II set the stage for space exploration. Without the war, would we have landed on the moon as early as we did? A world without World War II may have been a world with slower technological progress. The social fabric of many societies was greatly impacted by World War II. But in a world where it never happened? Let's delve into that. Imagine the civil rights movements. These were largely influenced by the wartime experiences of minority groups. African American soldiers, for example, tasted a level of equality overseas that they were denied at home. Upon their return, they were reluctant to accept the status quo. This experience helped fuel the civil rights movement. However, without a war to catalyze these experiences, it's possible this movement could have been delayed. Similarly, gender roles were also significantly influenced by the war. With men away at the front lines, women stepped into roles previously reserved for men. They worked in factories, offices, and even on farms. This shift challenged traditional gender roles and planted the seed for future women's rights movements. But in a world without World War II, would women have stayed within their traditional roles for longer? Without the necessity of stepping into the workforce, societal norms may have held firm for a longer period. But it's not just about civil rights and gender roles. World War II also led to changes in societal norms across the board. It brought about a greater sense of unity and national identity in many countries. It also led to a questioning of authority and traditional values, as people were confronted with the harsh realities of war. Would societal norms have remained more static without the war to shake them up? Of course, this is all speculative. We can't say for certain how things would have unfolded. But history shows us that societal change often comes in response to great upheaval. War, as terrible as it is, can serve as a catalyst for social change. Without the catalyst of war, social change may have come at a slower pace. In a world without World War II, the course of history would have been drastically different. We've explored the potential shifts in the political landscape, where the power dynamics might have remained largely Eurocentric, with colonialism possibly persisting far longer than it did. We've also delved into the technological sphere, contemplating a slower pace of innovation without the urgency of war to spur on advancements. We then turned our attention to the social changes, or rather, the lack thereof. Without the upheaval of war, societal norms may have remained unchallenged, leading to a delay in the civil rights movements and gender equality. These speculations highlight the profound impact of historical events on our present day. They shape our world in ways both seen and unseen, and serve as reminders that history is not just about the past, but also about understanding our present and envisioning our future. While it's impossible to know exactly how things would have unfolded, it's fascinating to consider how different our world